The other section we're going to do today is 10.7, write and graph equations of circles. Alright, we're going to skip the warm-up. We just did that. Okay, so in this we've got let x and y represent any point on a circle with the center at the origin and the radius r. By Pythagorean theorem, r squared equals x squared plus y squared. Right? So you can see, if I take this point on the circle, that point, we've got, okay, so it makes a triangle. This is the x value, the horizontal distance. The y is the vertical distance. R is the radius. The radius squared, it's a right triangle, so r squared equals x squared plus y squared. That's the equation of a circle, all right? With the center at the origin. Let's put numbers to it and see what it looks like. So the standard equation of the circle with radius r and center hk. Okay, so now if you have a center besides the origin, then you can subtract h and k. That moves the point to the origin. And so the equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. That's your standard equation for a circle. Everybody have it? All right. So give the center and the radius of the circle and graph of the circle and graph the circle. Okay. So to do this, let's write this above. Remember that we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to the radius squared. That's our standard form of our equation. The center is hk. And the radius is r. Right? So what would the center of this circle be? What would the center of the circle be in terms of h and k? Would the h value be 3 or negative 3? Yeah, it's negative 3. If this is positive, then the center is the opposite. So it's negative 3. And then the y value would be 5. It stays as 5 because the minuses, the negative signs match up. So the center is negative 3, 5. The radius is equal to what? 16? What is it? Yeah, square root of it. Square root of it. If if 16 is equal to r squared, r would be 4. R is 4. So we've got negative 3, 5, and a radius of 4. So we're going to graph this now. Well, there's no graph. I think you have a graph on your paper. I'll just have to graph it from scratch here. We would have negative 3, 5, right, and a radius of 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Four up. So your circle is going to look something like this. When you graph it. The distance from this point to the edge is 4. That distance right there, that's 4. That's how big you need to know to make the circle. All right. Give the center and radius of this circle. Seth, give me the center. 2, 5, yeah. The center is 2, 5. Radius equals what, Taylor? Square root of 9. What's the square root of 9? 3. R equals 3. So if we graph this one, we've got, I'll graph it up above here. 2 over, 5 up. There's our center. Right? And then our radius is 3. So I mark, go from the center 3 in all directions. There's our circle. Should look something like that when you graph it. Any questions? Okay. We're going to skip the activity. We just did that twice, so. All right. So then we've got write the standard equation of a circle. Okay, so now we have to write the equation given a point on the circle in the center. Okay, so you know the standard form for an equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. All right, so we have h and k. H is equal to what? What's h equal to? We have the center. H would equal what? -1, right? It's right. It's this point right here. That's h and k. H would equal -1. K equals 3. And then we have a point on the circle, x and y. So you could do the distance formula between these 2 points, but I think it's a little bit easier to just plug in x, h, y, and k. For x, I would plug in -5. So we have -5, and then minus h would be plus what? 1. -5 plus 1, we square that, plus y is going to be 6 minus k is what? -3 squared equals r squared. Now we simplify this. So that's going to be -4 squared plus 3 squared equals r squared. So that's going to be 16 plus 9 equals r squared. So r squared equals 25. R equals 5. All right? So the radius of the circle is 5. So now I know h, k, and r. I have to write the equation of the circle. So it's going to be x minus h. So x minus a negative 1 is x plus 1 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals r squared is 25. There's the equation of the circle. Any questions? So, I have h and k here. This is my x and y. I plug those in, solve for r. Once I get r, then I go back to just using 1 and 3 in the equation, and I get my equation of my circle. Okay, they did the distance formula. I like my way better. Okay, give the equation of the circle by finding the radius and the center. All right. So, what would be the coordinates of the center of this circle? Coordinates of the center. This is the origin right here. What would be the coordinates of the center, this point? 0, 2. Yeah, 0 over 2 up. So, we have the center is 0, 2. What would the radius be? You can just count the squares.
2.
Radius is 2. So we plug into our formula x, and then there's no, it's x minus 0, so we just say x squared plus y minus what? Y minus 2 squared is equal to the radius squared equals 2 squared, but we are never going to write it. We're always going to square it out. It's not in this final form. You know, this is 2 squared, but I want you to go ahead and square the 2 and write 4. If you have, I won't consider it simplified if you have 2 squared. So that equals 4. Questions there? No questions? Okay. Standard form of the circle with the center 3, 3, radius 4. Okay? You should be able to do this now. Somebody give me the equation of the circle. Carly, what do you think it is?
X minus 3 squared plus x, y minus 3 squared equals 16.
Yes. Right? She's x minus 3 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 4 squared, and then we simplify that. That's x minus 3 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 16. There's the equation of my circle. All right, any questions there? No questions. Okay.